All right, as they say down here in the South, I'm going to go ahead and cut across the field. 2020 has been a bit of a, let me say that again, 2020 has been a very difficult time. And you'll probably notice that I had to just recut that, had to do a little bit of cut because that was my unsaved self that did that first take. So this is my saved self that's going to try to do the rest of this segment. There's a lot of us out here we're not cool with 2020. A lot of us are not good. And it doesn't even have to necessarily do about being a black man or a black woman. I'm talking about even as Christians. Right now, in a lot of ways, how can we be okay with this? I mean, I know that me personally, and for a lot of people that I talk to, I mean, people are like, this is not, God, what you promised. When we stepped out of 2019 and 2020 about prosperity and 2020 vision, this right here, this was not what we signed up for. And this is not what I thought that you had in store for us. It's wild because I had a song that I wrote actually in 2019 called Dear God, I'm Tired. And it's wild because it actually has a little bit more relevance now. In the bridge of it says, it goes like this. It says, I'm trying, I pray each and every day, but I try to stay strong even in the midst of the storm. And I need you to show me your face. Show up in my circumstance, I'm standing on the edge. And I wrote that, and a lot of people are like, that I love the song, and it's called Dear God, I'm Tired, and it actually ends with Dear God, I'm Tired. And somebody asked me, well, where's the resolution? Where does God come through? I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't write that in a place of where I was sitting there like, the mountaintop is here. I wrote that in a dark spot. And a lot of us right now are feeling that exact same way. There is no, fairy tale ending right now. I mean, this thing seems to be like tumbling and going and spinning in an even worse cycle. And it's wild because we as believers are supposed to be able to stand on our faith and say, it's going to be okay. But sometimes, it is okay to not be okay. Sometimes it's okay to say, God, I know you tell me to trust me, but right now, that's not what I'm seeing. And we don't necessarily have to be looked at crazy for that, There's a story that's in the Bible, and it's when a man is brought to Jesus who has a son who's been, he foams at the mouth, he's hurting himself, he's mute, and nobody can seem to heal him. And this is all he's known for his son. And Jesus asked the man a question. He says, do you believe? And the man's like, if I believed, of course I believe I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But look at what I'm faced with, you know what I'm saying? And then Jesus asking even crazier questions, he's like, well, if you have the faith, you know what I'm saying, all things are possible. The dude's like, look, man, I get that. I tell you what, I believe, but help my unbelief. And sometimes that's exactly where we are. We have to sometimes even ask the very easy and it's just a real question like, God, I believe, but you got to help me out here because none of this makes sense to me at all. My finances are going crazy. My kids are going crazy. People that I look up to and I admire are dying. The freedom that I thought that I had, that if I maybe did kind of do a little bit better in my life, I should have. I really don't have that freedom. The people who are supposed to be protecting me are killing me. I mean, everything is a contradiction to your word. So help me out here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's okay to be in that spot. I mean, it's okay to not be okay. What we have to come back to eventually is that, yes, you know what? I understand that I'm still standing on your promises. I still know that your word is true. But it is unrealistic for me to sit here while I'm sinking in quicksand and think that everything is okay. What I need is for you to help me out of this. I can't get out of it myself, and I need you to throw me a lifeline. And sometimes that's why I'm very glad that I have people, and I think it's very important you make sure you keep people around you that can throw you a lifeline when you are in that spot where you can't get yourself out of not being okay. Because it is okay to be not okay, but you can't stay there. And you need to have somebody who actually might either be okay or a little bit better than you that can help to pull you out of that place. Always make sure you keep your circle you include people in your circle that can get you out of your own rut when you can't get yourself out of it. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you all because without you all, I would never have made it here today. I needed people to get me out of the mess that I was in because I knew that there was no way I was going to get out of it on my own. I always like to say this, it may not be in the word, it may not be in the book, but it's in there. And what God does tell us sometimes is that, you know, it's okay for you to be in your little spot for a quick minute. You just need to make sure that you trust and believe that I am greater than your situation. I always have been. I always will be. Just wait on me. Again, this is your boy Joe. I appreciate y'all as always for spending a little bit of time with me on these Thursdays. Make sure if this has blessed you in any kind of way you like it, share it. Type in your friend's name there in the comments that you might think this might bless them. And then I will see you again on this Thursday, the Thursday coming up. I love you. Talk to you soon. This is your boy Joe from the mailroom. Out.